It's happening right now. President Trump holding a meeting with the NATO Secretary General. It's in the Oval Office. He said he will make a major announcement about Russia later. He has already said, though, that he will place secondary tariffs on Russia if we don't get a deal in 50 days. He says that will bring the effective tariff rate on Russia to 100%. We'll monitor it and we'll bring the headlines as they occur. Now, President Trump is considering new sanctions on Russia. You heard that. Listen to what State Department spokesperson Tammy Bruce said about it earlier on the program today.
The president has been optimistic regarding diplomacy. That has been his commitment. It remains his commitment. But he's also a realist, and he knows when things are not going to change, perhaps, or where there needs to be a different sort of approach. We may be seeing that. I don't want to get ahead of him. He has, on a number of occasions, expressed his dismay regarding Putin and the nature of what goes on. For them to cast this as something very important that will be announced, we should take that seriously.
Retired four-star General Jack Keane joins me now. General, seems like peace is not working. Is that Putin's fault, do you think?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, clearly the president came into office wanting to stop the war in Ukraine. That obviously Russia was the invader. Ukraine didn't want that war. As a matter of fact, prior to the invasion, Zelensky reached out to Putin and did everything he possibly could, to stop it from happening. Putin wants to take control of Ukraine. He saw an opportunity. He seized it. He believed the United States was weakened at the time, and he saw an advantage, and that's why he's here. President Trump came in, wanted to stop the war. Zelensky, after stumbling in the Oval Office, something we all witnessed, made a concession, no conditions, to go to a temporary ceasefire. And for months, President Trump is trying to get Putin to do the very same thing. And he's been stiffing it, talking nice to the president, in terms of saying to the president, I'm as interested in peace as you are, Mr. President. I'm also very interested in both our countries have an economic relationship where we can mutually benefit. So he talks nice, but he plays real hard in the war game, and he has been fundamentally, Stuart, escalating the war. Yeah. Particularly against civilians. And we've all seen it happening, and President Trump is frustrated. Putin wanted President Trump to get frustrated. He wanted him to walk away, throw his hands up, and be finished with the war. But he hasn't done that. He is frustrated. Putin accomplished that. But he's not walking away. He's going to increase weapons into Ukraine. He's going to take the taxpayer off the table in terms of paying for it, and he's going to double down on some pretty tough sanctions, which have had no impact on Putin to date. But hopefully these new ones will, because they're going after revenue sources provided by China, India, and Brazil buying Russian oil.
Okay, the breakthrough, of course, is that the Europeans are going to pay for those Patriot missiles that we're giving to Ukraine. That's a breakthrough. They pay. Our weapons, our business, it gets improved. But one more thing for you, General. Over the weekend, Kim Jong Un, North Korea, he met with Russia's Foreign Minister, Sergei Lavrov. According to a new report, North Korea's leader renewed his support for Russia in the war against Ukraine. Is this something we've got to worry about? Is this something we can do anything about?
Well, first of all, these four countries have been working together now for a number of years, and the evidence is in how much that support is. I mean, North Korea, provides Russia with ballistic missiles. They also provide them an enormous amount of artillery. And as we have seen, they have provided them with troops on the ground. Another country inside of Ukraine, in addition to Russia. That reminds us of World War II with Italy and the Germans getting together. So, yes, this has always been significant. China, much the same in terms of financial support and providing comprehensive technology don't provide the end state platform in a tank or an artillery piece or a missile, but everything that goes into it. And look at Iran set up a factory for the Shahed missiles that are raining into Shahed drones, that are raining into Kyiv every night that the president is talking about, hundreds of them. They come out of that factory that Iran established inside of Russia. There is no doubt these Axis powers are supporting the war in Ukraine. They clearly want Russia to win. They all lose if Russia loses. And that is certainly something we have got to be pushing back on. And yes, we can play real hardball with North Korea, and we should be, in terms of the most powerful sanctions we can impose on him, continue the isolation that he has. And if we get our hands on any of those weapons that he's transporting there, we should stop that from taking place, much as we've done a number of times with the Iranians. So yes, these four countries are working together, Stuart, and that is the major change from the Trump first administration to this one.
It's a new axis of evil, if you want to put it that way, in my opinion. General Jack Keane, always a pleasure. Thanks so much for being with us, sir. We'll see you again soon. Thank you.
Yeah, you have a great week, Stuart. Thank you.
Yes, sir.